Hello, 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 hello. Is sound on? Yes, I believe so. Hello. Where are we? Annie, hello. First to comment today. Hi, Suzanne and Sue. Hi, Wench and Nicole. Hi, Charlotte, Jacqueline. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Are we okay today? Oh, camera's moving slightly. There we go. Hello. Hi, Ray. Is everybody okay? Sophie, good evening. It's Friday. Oh my gosh, summer holidays throw me out of days every time. I've even sat here with this light on for like nearly an hour. I haven't been in here for nearly an hour, but the light's been on. So when I've been sort of dotting in and out, the light's been on. So maybe. Happy Friday. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Angela. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, wow, Lisa. Bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you, my lovely. And Sue, thank you for the stars as well. So I've had a very, very, very busy week this week, so I hope you're all doing well. Hello from Tilly. Yes, bless you, Tilly. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. My son, yep, he had a brilliant birthday. I hope you did too as well, my lovely. Oh, I know, Charlotte, I'm terrible. Do we have Starburst candy in the UK? I don't know is the answer, Melissa. Hello, hello, hello. Right, today we've still got lots going on. We have the oyster wall. So on this wall is a mix between 4 pearl oysters, new rainbow oysters, expand the rainbow oysters. So you have a chance of a 4 pearl oyster or a dark or a light coloured rainbow. We've got coconut quandaries, which is you're guessing how many pearls are in the coconut. We've got our summer sale, which there's loads still left in the summer sale. And we have if you purchase a charm on the website until the end of August, you then get a free additional oyster opening for each charm purchased. Hello, hello, hello. Although called Opal Fruits, if the company is having flashback, because that is what they used to be called. We have Starbursts. Which one are Starbursts? Oh, I see, Melissa. I'm not sure. I need to have a quick look. Starburst sweets. Oh, yes. No, I know what they are. How did I not know what they... Yeah, I know what they are. How did I not recall that? Gosh, because of my son's birthday yesterday. I mean, he had a brilliant day. It was just I feel like it's been a longer week. So, sorry about that. Shall we get started this evening? It'll wear off in just a moment. And I've got a tea already, so hopefully that'll be okay. All oysters are available. My oyster delivery did arrive. I haven't unpacked all of it yet, so I hope that I've got enough oysters for tonight. If not, I can see if Aaron can quickly unpack and if we run out of anything. But the oysters are here, so all oysters at the moment are definitely available. So, and the order list has been posted on the page. If you would like to order, there is still space available, and then I'll do an updated order list once we get to the end of the current one. I did just update it though, so if you have recently ordered, I did just add a couple more people on there, so hopefully you can see your name on there. Oh, bless you, Lillian. I hope everything's okay, my lovely. Oh, bless you. Oh, wow, Amy. Yes, I bet that is a long week. The first week back at school is always a tough one for children and for the parents as well, isn't it? Right. Up first then for today. I'm just trying to think. I feel like I've missed something. No, I can't think. It will come to me as always. At first today is Irene Johnston. Irene, are you here? Oh, Sophie, I do apologise, and definitely the teachers, especially the teachers, because you teachers have got to get back into the swing of things. Bless you. Sorry, I forgot teachers and staff. I do feel for you. My mum, obviously, as you guys know, works in the nursery, so I do feel for the staff as well. Irene, hello, hello, hello. Now, Irene, you have got a 4 pearl oyster and 2 additional other oysters. So if I grab the 4 pearl oyster bag, if I can reach it, yes. Which other 2 oysters would you like? Now let's... Okay, that one possibly is okay. So yeah, which other 2 oysters would you like? Oh, bless you, Claire. Well, I hope you enjoy your holidays if they've just started for you. This is your first opening, Irene. Oh, bless you. Well, as you have requested the 4 pearl oyster here, you still get the original oysters as well. So it's like the bonus, if you like. So you've got your 4 pearl, and then the other 2 oysters would be completely your choice. So we've got the mystery bag, which is a mix of all the colours in there, so light and dark rainbow and everything in between is mixed in here. Or we've got the expand the rainbow bag, which is light rainbow colours, the new rainbow bag, which is darker rainbow colours, or we've got the normal bag, which is the normal natural colours. So it depends on what colour pearl you're going for. So mystery, light rainbow, dark rainbow and normal. That's the same with us, Lisa. My children go back at the start of September. I can't remember which date it is, but I know it's in that first. It's the very start of September. I don't need to think about it yet. Oh. Expand the rainbow and a mystery. Love that. So mystery bag's just been topped up, so I just pop my hand there to stop it any jumping out. And then the expand the rainbow bag is this one. Now, Irene, is there certain colours that you're hoping for? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, okay, just do it, just do it, just do it. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so let's go down. I think my oyster camera possibly needs to move just slightly. Yeah, I think that's a bit better there. Okay, so if we start with your mystery oyster, no specific colours. Okay, I'd like to donate your shells. Perfect, thank you very much. So mystery oyster, we've got a gorgeous double pop to start with. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And we can see a darker pearl towards the side here. Focused for a second there. Let me have a squidge. And there's no more in that one. So a gorgeous darker pearl to start with. I think I can see a flash of green in him. That was just me moving the mouse over a little bit. I can see, okay, so he's a base gunmetal grey, but then I can see this flash of green and blue. Let me just see if I can get him focused for you to see as well. Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to see if he's got some purple in it or if that's just a... Oh, he does have purple. Okay, so you've got an oil slick to start with. So it is quite a nice dark oil slick. Let me get it focused on the glove because the gloves are black. There we go. Normally we can see oil slicks slightly clearer against the glove. So as you move around here, you should hopefully be able to see flashes of blue, green and purple against that two-tonal gunmetal grey background. So I hope you're happy with that one for your first one. Moving on to your next one, and that is going to be the Expand the Rainbow Oyster. Okay, so there's one side and the other side. And in your Expand the Rainbow Oyster, you are twinning. You are twinning with Candy Floss Pink Twins there. There's no more in that one. Okay, oh, let me just get that bit off there. There we go. So if I pop these in the sand for you as well, here are your Candy Floss Pink Twins. Oh, I think the camera likes my t-shirt today. It's sort of focusing on it. Let me just get it focused on the pearls for you. Sorry, if I sometimes zoom in and then come out, it does. Oh, no, not today. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then you've still got one more oyster to go. So Oil Slick and Twinning Candy Floss Pink Twins. Now this one here is your quadding 4 pearl oyster. So there should be at least 4 pearls in here for you. So there's one side. And the other side. Okay, so in here, oh, they all came out in one squidge. Just going to grab the runaways. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I'm still going to just have a little squidge in here as well for you. Okay, so there's no more in that one. So again, I'm going to dry these up and we'll pop them in the sand, and then you can have a closer look and to see what you would like to do. Now, Irene, for your jewellery, I will need to know which 2 pearls you would like. Of course, if you're happy with your pearls here, that's perfect. If you're not, I can swap one or all of the pearls for you for colours of your choice. And then that way, again, I'll just need to know which 2 you'd like on the jewellery. So from your quadding oyster, you've got a lighter gold, a darker burgundy red, almost into a black cherry there, an icy blue, and a smurf blue. So from the top, you've got that Oil Slick, Twinning Candy Floss Pinks, light gold, darker burgundy red, icy blue, and then the darker smurf blue. I'm going to run them through the board for you. Your Oil Slick is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Candy Floss Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. Oh, sorry, he is an 8. Candy Floss Pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. So the pinks are measuring slightly different sizes to each other. The gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Darker burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the smurf blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. What do you think, Irene, and what would you like to do? Also, if you would like some more time to think about it, you could possibly take a screenshot of these and then email me your colour choices over. So there's no rush, but if you do know now, that's absolutely fine as well. Oh, Candy Floss Pink on the jewellery. That's perfect. Let me write that down for you. Okay, so Candy Floss Pink in here. Are you happy, before I pop these away, are you happy with the other colours as well? Happy to keep those? Love the burgundy. It's a deep, rich burgundy, isn't it? They will go with your pink dress you have to the wedding. Oh, I love that. I love that that colour came out for you then, my lovely. And you're happy with the other colours. Perfect. So I'm just going to pop these on here for you as well. Irene, thank you for the donations with your shells. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Okay, and up next today is Linda Southam. Linda, are you here? You're very, very welcome, Irene. Linda, hello, hello, hello. Linda, you have got 2 oyster openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, it's making that noise again. My computer's making this vibrating noise. I might have to get Aaron to have a look at it. So if you hear like a little vibrating, it's not all the time. Like if I stop talking, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but yeah, that's what it is. Linda, donate the shells, please. 1 natural, 1 new. Oh, that was good timing. The thing's vibrating again. Huh? The computer. Do you remember I said that the computer keeps vibrating? Can you hear it?
I guess something's leaning up against it.
Probably, but I've moved everything. I can't find it. Okay, so 1 natural, 1 new. That's the new. So I'm still really cautious with these oysters because I haven't switched out the potential bad ones yet. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, and the new. Donate the shells. Oh, Cindy! Happy birthday, Cindy! That's amazing. Happy birthday. I hope you've had a lovely day. Linda, is there certain colours that you're hoping for at all? Let's go down. So, oyster number 1. Excited. We said donate the shells. Perfect. So, in oyster number 1, there's one side. And the other side. Oh, don't close on me. There we go. In here, you are twinning 1 and 2. There's no more in that one. Now, visually, straight away, I can see that these are slightly different sizes to each other. I think... Now, this one's definitely got some green in him. Blue. Oh, you've got an oil slick. So this is... Let me show you against the glove, actually. This is the visually larger of the 2. So this is your oil slick, visually larger. So if I go slowly, I'm hoping you can see purple, blue and green. This one is again a base gunmetal grey, but he's got a lot of green flashing in this one. And then number 2, this one's visually smaller. Let me just have a look. Oh, I don't think this one is quite an oil slick. He's two-tonal gunmetal grey and he's got some purple in him. So he is two-tonal light and dark silvery colour with those flashes of purple. So 1 oil slick and then 1 gunmetal grey and purple. So So hopefully you can see the difference between the two. Again, with oil slicks, sometimes the camera doesn't pick them up fully, but I hope that when you guys receive them, you can see all the colours beautifully. Moving on to oyster number 2. Now this one should be the natural oyster. There's one side. And the other side. Oh, it's not. I'm so sorry. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so normally, as you know, Linda, sometimes we have our stowaways. I don't know why. But it does happen. Obviously, this is not a natural coloured pearl. This is a dyed pearl. And you've got a Smurf blue. Now, as you know, if you're not happy with this, we can swap them for you. You've got a lovely colour selection, actually. But yeah, if you're not happy, we can swap them. You've got your oil slick, then the two-tonal gunmetal grey with that purple. And then you've got a Smurf blue as well. Jessie, I'm not sure what you mean, my lovely. That might be something that somebody else has called it, or I'm not sure. But no, from my end, I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. Now, if I run these through the board for you, Linda, your oil slick is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The gunmetal with the purple flashes is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And that gorgeous Smurf blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. You don't have a Smurf blue, so you're chuffed. Oh, I love that. If you're happy with these pearls, Linda, which one would you like on the jewellery? And of course, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Oh, no, Jessie, I don't. I just have oysters with pearls in. And rice pearls, no, not normally, no. Oil slick on the charm. Of course you can. Let me bring you back up so I can write this down. So oil slick on there. And I think I might need to bring some of these bags closer actually, because I can never reach them correctly. There we go. Good evening. Oh wow, Mandy, lots of birthdays this week. Mandy, I hope you have a brilliant day. Yes, I do have 25 pearl oysters, and they are in stock at the moment as well, Jessie, yes. And 4 pearl oysters, then light rainbow, dark rainbow, natural and mystery. Keep them all, Linda, perfect. So just to confirm, I've got down that you'd like to have the oil slick on the jewellery. I hope you're happy with that and everything once it arrives, Linda. As always, thank you for the donations with your shells. And that's safe up there for you. You're very, very welcome, Linda. Okay. And up monster oysters. So the 25 pearl oysters, yes. The big oysters, no. Up next then today is Carol Grant. Carol, are you here? Birthday twin. I haven't found my birthday twin, but Jitta, I'm so glad. In fact, I need to do a post. I'm going to do a birthday post. Let me make a note of it. Birthday twin post. I'm going to do a post, and Oh, actually, is broadcasting birthdays? I don't know. I'll ask Aaron if putting birthdays on social media is okay. If it's not, then I won't do it. If it is, I'll do a birthday post so we can all find our birthday twin. I'm just thinking for some people that can be used, that information can be used, but a lot of people have it on there. I'll ask Aaron if it's okay to ask, because I wouldn't want to. I think I'm thinking way too deeply into it now. Right, I'm looking for Carol Grant. Carol, are you here? Carol, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anybody can see Carol, please comment on her comment so it can bring forward so I can see. I think as long as you use the month and date, not the year. Ah, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so let me make a note. And if I highlight not the year it was born, just the date and month. Yeah, so that's not harmful then, is it? Yeah, perfect. So we can find our birthday day and month twin, not year. So we've got to be careful on social media, guys. Last call for Carol. If not, we'll move on. Thank you for tagging her then, Linda. Hopefully that brings her forward, bless her. If she's not here, we will move on and I can just add her in again to the end of the order list. The order list at the moment is not too long actually, so if anybody would like to order, there's not long a wait at all. For each, so I go through a roll roughly every 3 lives, which is roughly 1 a week. So I would do more in my kitchen, to be honest. Yeah, so on average, it's 1 every 3 lives-ish. Right, I haven't seen Carol, so we're going to move on. And like I say, if she does come on, we can add her in, but it will be to the end of the order list. Which means, let me just mark Carol as not here yet. Up next then today is Michelle Wiara. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Michelle. Michelle, are you here? Good evening, Patsy. Jessie, so what I say is I'm obviously advertising it as a 25 pearl oyster. Now, in all honesty, most of the time there is 25 pearls in there because they are scanned oyster. However, in the past I have had more than 25 pearls. If that's the case, you get to keep all the extra pearls. And if I have also in the past had 24 pearls in a 25 pearl oyster. If that happens and you do get 24 pearls, you then get to pick one of our other oysters. So for example, a mystery oyster, to make up that extra pearl, so then you are guaranteed 25 pearls from me. Now in the extra oyster, if you then have multiple pearls in there, again you get to keep them. Okay, so normally there is definitely 25 pearls. If on the very rare occasion there's more, you get to keep them, and if there is that one less, you get to have another oyster to make up to at least 25 pearls. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Michelle, yes, hello my lovely. I'm glad we managed to catch each other. And I apologise if I'm saying your second name incorrectly there, my lovely. But Michelle, you have got one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oysters available today are all of them. So we've got mystery oysters, which is a mix of all the colours. We've got expand the rainbow oysters, which are light rainbow colours. New rainbow oysters, which are dark rainbow colours. And normal oysters, which are normal natural colours. So light rainbow, dark rainbow, normal, or mystery, which is a mix of all of them. I do definitely try to, Sophie, yes. Normal, perfect. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, Michelle? So that's your normal oyster. Keep or donate your shells, and is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So if we go down, your normal oyster, keep the shells, perfect. So let me just grab some of this, just because that's where I'm going to pop your shells on once I've cleaned it up. Okay, so in here, quite a nice crunch there. And again there. Okay, so in here. Oh no, oh, well, you're twinning. However, Michelle, these are not a natural coloured pearl. As we saw a moment ago, sometimes we do have the wrong oyster in the wrong bag. Now, I think that might be possibly the supplier or possibly as I unpack the oysters, so it could be my fault, but I do apologise if that's the case, if we get a wrong pearl colour in that bag. But we do have the option to swap one or both of the pearls for you to a colour of your choice, or to do 2 different colours. It's completely up to you. The colour that you do have is your twinning with bright watermelon pearls. Now visually it does look like you've got a larger and a smaller pearl, so the larger one on this side, and that is that gorgeous bright watermelon colour. Now like I say, if you're not happy with these or not happy with one of them, I can swap them for you. The visually smaller of the 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the visually larger of the 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. So they're definitely measuring different sizes there. Keep them, perfect, twinning. Michelle, my lovely, you do have to have a fitting on one of them. Is what am I asking? Would you prefer to have the fitting on the larger or the smaller pearl, or don't you mind? Some people prefer different size pearls. Some people, they don't obviously mind. There's not a lot between the 2, but it is completely up to you. Watermelons are lovely. Where's my colour? Where's my colour chart? Oh, it's on here. The colour chart which I'm working on, which is almost finished. The amount of different shades, I'd say watermelon is one of the ones which have got so many variations of. The small one on the fitting, perfect. So if I put here the smaller watermelon. Okay. Perfect. I've got that down for you then, Michelle. Let me just, there we go, pop them on here. And I've wrapped up your shells as well. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Thank you, Loretta. Okay, perfect. Let me just have a sip of tea. Okay, so up next then today is Tracy Crush. Tracy, are you here? I've got like a little moth. If you can see it, it keeps flying backwards and forth, I think to this light. I don't know what, it must have come in when Aaron came in, but it's like this little moth that keeps going. So if you see something flickering, that's what it is. I've also got a spider up there, but it hasn't moved. So if it starts coming down the wall, again, I'll have to get Aaron to come in to get it. But for now, it's just like curled up in a ball. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm quite happy with it staying. It's quite far away. So yeah, but if you see me looking up there, it's because of the spider. As you know, I'm not fond of them. So I'm looking for Tracy Crush. Tracy, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. Bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anybody else as normal can see Tracy, please comment on her comment for me. Sorry, I'm just drinking my tea before it goes too cold. It's because it hasn't moved, it hasn't moved for the last few hours, Sophie. Or since I spotted it, it hasn't moved. So I'm just gonna, and there's the moth back again. I'm just gonna let it. You're very, very welcome, my lovely. Not a problem, Jess. Not a problem, Jessie. You'll be added onto the order list for tonight. Right, I haven't seen Tracy Crush, so last call for Tracy. If not, we'll move on. As always, if she then comes on, we can add her in, but it will be to the end of the order list. Possibly. I don't know. Either way, it will be getting out of the office. Just it can stay there for now, unless it moves. Michelle, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so I haven't seen Tracy, so we're going to move on. And yeah, if she comes on, we'll add her back in again. Which means up next then today is Angela Sylvester. Angela, are you here? Just marking Tracy is not here yet. There we go. And if she comes on, we'll add her back in. Okay, so Angela Sylvester. Angela, hello, hello, hello. Okay, Angela, you have got 8 oysters altogether. So 8 mystery oysters. I'm just going to dive in and grab as we go. One. Oh, okay, so I've got 4 here. One fell, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Now I'm going to open them one at a time if that's okay with you. So I'll just pop them all next to me and then we'll just open them one at a time as we go. So donate the shells. Let's go down. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Angela, my lovely? So mystery oyster number 1. Oh, beautiful deep pop there. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's your mother of pearl. We do have a slight runaway. So there's 1. But then you are quadding. Look at that colour combination. That almost reminds me of, dare I say it, Christmassy vibes. There's no more in that one. Hoping to get the last 4 colours for your bracelet. Oh yes, I remember. So you're hoping for bright yellows, greens, blues and purples. I remember the bracelet from before. Well, we've got a green here. It's a slightly darker sea green. He is gorgeous though. You've got a, actually let me move this over slightly. We've got a burgundy red, a pure snow white and a watermelon. So sea green, burgundy red, snow white and a watermelon there. Moving on to oyster number 2. Angela, once your bracelet is finished, if you don't mind sharing, I'd love to see a photo, if you can pop it in the Pearls of Brecon group. Of course, if you don't want to share it, or if you'd like to keep it, like if it's a surprise for anyone else to see or anything, I obviously understand. But yeah, if you don't mind, I'd love to see it. So your second mystery oyster, you've got a lighter pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can actually see a darker pearl towards the top here. Let me squidge him out and have a squidge around here as well. Okay, so there's no more in that one. So a darker pearl for your second pearl. And he looks like he's a chocolate purple. He is. He's a base chocolate, and then he's got a gorgeous slight purple overtone. Oh, I love that, Angela. Thank you. I look forward to seeing it. So I will show you all the pearls all together. It's just if I zoom in on the one I just pulled out. So that is the chocolate with the purple overtone. Moving on to your next oyster. Oh, lighter sharp pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see a blue. Now he is a icy blue. Oh, and he's a two-tonal icy blue. How do you feel about having the two-tonal colours on there? Or do you prefer to have the solid sorts of colours so then they're all the same? Lots and lots of different options you could have, I suppose. But let me show you this two-tonal blue. So it means that he's lighter and brighter as we go around the pearl here. Let me get this focused. There we go. So if you can see all there already, brighter towards the top, then lighter towards the bottom. And as we go around, you've got the lighter and the brighter areas there. Okay, so two-tonal icy blue. Moving on to your next oyster. So this is going to be your fourth oyster. Oh, just a lighter, softer pop there. Oh, sorry, the shell broke slightly. Oh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning. And twinning with lilac purple twins. There's no more in that one. So twinning with lilac purple twins. Again, I'll pop these on this far side. Now visually, these lilacs do look like they're slightly different sizes. The one towards the inside is visually slightly smaller there, but they're a gorgeous shade of lilac purple, and they look like they're the same shade as well. Again, if I just get this focused. Sorry, this is normally why I wear the black tops on the live, just because it then doesn't, there we go, doesn't focus on that instead. Okay, so there's your lilac purples. Love those, perfect. So then still 4 oysters to go. So moving on to your next oyster. So this is the 5th one. And you've got a slight double pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. Now I can see here a darker pearl right towards the side there. Quite a nice size, oh, runaway, but larger darker pearl there. There's no more in that one. And he is a darker gunmetal grey, but if you look, he's got this gorgeous hint of midnight blue. Can we see? Let me pop it down in the sand actually. Oh, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but he's got this gorgeous midnight blue sort of overtone too. I'm just moving it around just to see if that helps catch it at all. Okay, so darker gunmetal grey with that midnight blue overtone. Moving on to your next oyster. Oh, very sharp pop with that one. Okay, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. Just going to take that piece of shell away just so it doesn't poke me in my finger. And if I have a squidge here, oh, both ran away, but you are twinning. And twinning with TARDIS blue twins. There's no more in there. Again, visually they are slightly different sizes, with one larger, one slightly smaller. And in here, so if you have a look here, these are two TARDIS blue twins. So Michelle, apart from the natural oysters, these pearls here are dyed. So they're real pearls, they're cultured pearls, but they are dyed pearls to get these colours. We don't get natural sort of colour, bright blue colours. I'm just trying to get this focused for you, Angela. So when they are dyeing them, I assume that they'll be doing it in the certain areas with the certain colours, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's your TARDIS blues, and then still two oysters to go. So moving on to your 7th oyster. Quite a nice deep pop there. And in here, oh, there is your mother of pearl. And I can actually see you are twinning for a 3rd time, and you're twinning with a 2nd set of blue twins. So again, these do look like they are TARDIS blue twins here. I'm just going to dry them up, and if I pop them up here this time. Now these two look visually like they're the same size here. And there's your 2nd set of blues. And then moving on to your last oyster, Angela. Oh, Linda, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars, my lovely. Okay, so in here, last oyster. And you've got a lighter but double pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see a peeper towards the side again. If I squidge him out, you've got a bright coral pearl. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so let me dry this up for you. And then we're going to go through everything all together. So 4 single pearls, and then 4 oysters which had multiple pearls in. So the single pearl colours is the 2-tonal icy blue, the chocolate with the purple overtone, the darker gunmetal grey with that slight darker blue overtone, and then that gorgeous brighter coral. And then you have your quadding oyster along the top, so sea green, burgundy red, snow white and a watermelon, twinning lilac purples, and then 2 sets of twinning TARDIS blues. So all together, if I just come out so you can see here. Now, if you're happy with these, Angela, as you know, I'll need to know which 4 you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. I think you said you was hoping, oh, let me have a look, hoping for bright yellow, green, purple and blue. Okay, so possibly have some of those colours here, but if they're not the correct shade, just let me know, okay? So if I run these through the board, oh, and sorry, Angela, if you don't want to, if you want to have some time to think about it, you can email me your choices over if you prefer to as well. So 2-tonal icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The chocolate purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Darker gunmetal grey's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Moving on to your quadding oyster, watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Snow white's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Burgundy red's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the sea green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lilac purple twin number 1's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lilac purple twin number 2's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they're actually measuring the same size, even though they do look visually slightly different sizes there. The first set of twin blues, twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. His twin's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So those ones are measuring different sizes there. And then twin set 2, pearl number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. Okay, he's not a 7.5, he's an 8. So they're also measuring different sizes, but visually to me, they look like they're going to be the same size. If I just move these ones over a little bit, we can fit them all in there. Okay, Angela, what do you think, my lovely? What would you like to do? Oh, can we swap the chocolate, the sea green and the red for mid-yellow? Mid-yellow. How about that one? Mid-yellow, grass green. I'm going to get the closest I can get to grass green, okay? I know grass green's a little bit, how about one like that? That might be a little bit too bright to what you're looking for, but if I go, I don't think I've got a different, let me have a look in, where's the other ones? Yeah, let me show you that green and then you can let me know what you think. And then a mid-purple. Have a look at one of these ones. And let's see if that one's okay. The green, the yellow and purple, whichever is blue is closest. Oh, and whichever blue is closest in size. Okay, well have a look at those three first. So the yellow, the green and the purple, what do you think to those shades there? And then if you'd like to have a blue, let's say add that one in. So these four along the bottom, if I just get this refocused for you, what do you think to those shades? Again, I can go lighter or darker with them. Sorry, I had it focused a second. Oh, I did it again. There we go. I won't move. Are those shades okay? I'm just gonna bring you up so I can write down that the colours that you want on the jewellery. However, if they're not the correct shade, I can change them. The green needs to be darker and maybe the purple. No, you're not being a pain at all. So we're going to have, just writing it down, green, yellow, purple and blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the other pearls out of the sand into your bag. And then that way we can, the camera will just focus on the pearl colours and make it easier. So you're happy with the yellow and the blue, so we're going to go for a darker purple. So I'm going to go for this one here, and then the green needs to be slightly darker. Now if I have a look over here, Now this one, oh no, that's still on me, isn't it? Okay, what do you think to those ones? So I've added in, so I've taken away that green and purple. I've added in that green and purple. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so if I bring you back up, so they're your first pearls. Let's take those away, and then I'll put the rest of your 4 chosen ones in here. So just to confirm, let me just go through again. I've got down green, yellow, purple and blue on the jewellery. Perfect. Let's pop these on here. Okay. Angela, my lovely, I hope you're happy with that then. Thank you for the donations with all of your shells. And I hope you'll be happy once everything arrives as well, my lovely. And I've just popped that safely up there for you. Oh, can you have a new card as well? I forgot to add to your order. Oh, bless you. Loyalty card. Yeah, I've just crossed this out and put down yes there. Not a problem at all, my lovely. That will be obviously included in the order there. Okay, up next then today is Pat Fraser. Pat, are you here? I feel like my hair is really starting to itch my neck. Let me just grab. Oh no, don't fall over, please. There we go. Angela, you're very, very welcome. So I'm just moving my hair out like, oh, there we go. Whoop, whoop. Pat, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so Pat, let me just have a little look here. You have got, should we do your oyster openings first and the oyster walls afterwards, if that's okay with you? So oyster openings wise, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oysters and then 2 oyster walls. So 5 oysters first and then 2 oyster walls, and then if you want to, you can wait to let me know which colours you'd like where until after all of the oysters are open. That way you can see your full range. Yeah, I hope that's okay. So 5 oysters then. What 5 would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? That's fine. Perfect. Excuse me. There we go. Mystery and donate. So 5 mystery, donate the shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for at all? 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. I think I can fit all these on the tray. Let me see. 1 and 2, 3, yeah, 4 and 5. Oh, Emma, well, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're okay, my lovely. Pat, let's go down. So, mystery oysters. Let's open these up for you. So, first oyster. Wait and see what colours you're hoping for. Okay, so we have a softer pop there. And oyster number 1, there's your mother of pearl. And straight away I can see a lemon yellow, I believe. So let me just have a squidge here. Quite a nice sized lemon yellow as well. There's no more in that one. Okay, so if I pop him in the sand for you. How many pearls does the pearl bottle hold? So I believe it's from 15 to like 25, something, or even more. It all depends on the size of the pearls, Jessie. So if you all have, for example, all smaller pearls, you'll fit more in. The larger pearls, it's slightly less. So it just depends on the size of the pearls. But there is people on here who has got, so 17 from Kerry. I think it just, has anyone else got how many pearls you've got in the bottles, which are from us? Moving on to oyster number 2, Pat. You've got a light pop there. Oh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. And you have got a quadding, same colours as earlier, quadding mystery oyster. Oh no, different with the whites there actually, and your watermelon is brighter, so similar to earlier. You've got a sea green, a burgundy red, a brighter watermelon, and then the snow white is two-tonal. So Snow White's here, then this gorgeous orange section, so almost like an orange misty spot, and then Snow White for the rest of him. So sea green, burgundy red, watermelon, and two-tonal white and orangey coral. Moving on to your next oyster. There's nothing wrong with that, Amy. I like the bottles because it displays them. They are glass bottles though. I also have the pearl pots on the website, which are, it's like a plastic pot which clips closed, which also then you can see the pearls through the pot as well, if that helps. You can fit more pearls in the pearl pots, if that makes sense. So Pat, oyster number 3, there's the mother of pearl. And I can actually see a lemon yellow for a second time. And again, he's quite a nice sized pearl there. There's no more in that one. And there he is in the sand. So the second one is the one on this outer edge there. And then in here, very sharp pop there. And in here, in a minute guys, I'll show you the difference between a pot and a bottle if you would like me to. So again, I can see a darker darker pearl here, Pat. I've just popped him out. So many P's, I'm sorry. And there's no more in that one. So he is very dark. Let me just dry him up for you. Oh, he's gorgeous. Deep dark gunmetal grey, but very almost a black, that one, but he just does have that slight grey tone to him over the black, so you can see that there. But gorgeous dark pearl. And then moving on to your last oyster. Oh, I bet that looks really cute, Anne-Marie. So last one from your mystery oyster bag. Oh, and again, I can see another peeper. Gorgeous, brighter blue. Let me just pop him out. And there's no more in that one. Oh, I like that as well, Kerry. Yeah, see, and basically they can go in anything, can't they? Especially if it is a clear something, it just displays them nicely. A candle jar is a good thing actually, because you can just clear out the candle, like clean up the glass once the candle's gone. Now, as you can see here, Pat, this is a two-tonal blue, just slightly, but it's a darker Pepsi blue two-tonal pearl. So altogether you've got 2 lemon yellows. Looks like they could be twins, but they did come from the different oysters. Dark gunmetal grey and a 2-tonal Pepsi blue. And then you've got that sea green, burgundy red, watermelon and 2-tonal snow white with that coral spot. So shall we move, would you like me to measure? I'll measure them all at the end. So if you move straight onto the oyster wall, and then that way I'll measure everything together and you can let me know what colours you'd like where, if that's okay with you. With the wall, I have topped everything up. So number 1 through to 7, which 2 numbers would you like? Yep, see 27 pearls in a bottle. Yeah, so it does just depend on the size of the pearl. Thank you, Maria. It just depends. After this opening, I'll grab a pearl pot and a bottle just to show you the sizes. I don't think I've, no. Might be a bottle in there. No. Number 3 and number 6. Okay, so again, I'm just going to let this drop. So that one is number 3. And then number 6, can you see I'm just going to let it drop. Oh, and that was number 6. Okay, it's just easier to do it that way because I can't reach otherwise. So this one's number 3. Fingers crossed that they're not stinkers. It's number 3. And then this one's number 6. So if we open up number 3 first. There's 1. And the other side. Oh, it is a yellow Night Tonight, Pat. You've got a 3rd yellow. There's no more in that one. I don't think anybody's got a 4 pearl off the wall yet. So this yellow is slightly brighter than the first 2 that you've got. I'll just pop it down there, but you can see there is, I'm still going to say it's a lemon yellow, but it is slightly brighter than the first 2. And then this was oyster number 6. There's one side and the other side. And we have a quadding oyster from the wall, and there's no more in that one. So you've got your 4 pearl quadding oyster. Let me just dry these up for you. Okay, oh, let's just clean that one off. So you've got a icy blue, a lighter coral, a gold and a darker blush pink. Okay, so what just came out was the icy blue, the coral, the gold and the blush pink. So all together, single pearls, you've got 3 different yellows. You've got that darker gunmetal grey and that 2-tonal Pepsi blue. And then your 2 sets of quads is the sea green, burgundy red, watermelon and the 2-tonal white and coral. And then you've got icy blue, coral, gold and blush pink. Now, Pat, I'll just hold that there for a second in case you'd like to take a screenshot. Or if you know now which colours you'd like where, that's absolutely fine, you can let me know. And of course, if you're not happy with any of these, we can swap them for you. If I run them through the board for you while you're just having a think. Yellow number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Yellow number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's also an 8.5, so they're measuring the same size there. Yellow number 3, the slightly brighter of all of them, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So he is measuring slightly different size from the other 2 yellows. The darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Two-tonal Pepsi Blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And then moving on to your quadding oysters, the sea green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Burgundy red's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the white two-tonal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The second quad, icy blue, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And last but not least, blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. I'm just going to bring this up so I can write it as I read it. So green on the feather. So the sea green on there. Dark gunmetal on the web. Dark gunmetal. Yellow on the bracelet. Do you mind which yellow? On the other yellows and drop earrings. Okay, so the brighter yellow on the bracelet, and you'd like to be invoiced for the other 2 yellows on the 925 simple drop earrings. Is that correct? So let me just pop these 2 yellows together. And then we're going to have the sea green, the other yellow, and the darker gunmetal. And then I still need to know, you've got your 2 different fittings. So you've got the lobster and the jump ring. I'll need to know which colour you'd like on each of those. These are the colours that are left. That's correct. Perfect. Okay, so jump ring and lobster. I'll just need to know which one of these you'd like on which one. Again, I'm just going to bring you up there. Oh, bless you, Tracy. It's not a problem, my lovely. I can add you back into the end of the order list. Lobster on red and white on the jump ring. Okie dokie. I've got that all down for you, Pat, my lovely. And let's pop your loose pearls in here. So I will just quickly go through just to confirm that I've got written down everything, and then that is correct. So hang on, let's pop this on here. On the jump ring, I've got the white. On the web, I've got the dark gunmetal. Excuse me. On the lobster, I've got the red. The bracelet, I've got the brighter yellow. The feather, I've got the sea green. And then you'd like to be invoiced for the 2 yellows to go on this 95 simple drop earrings. That invoice will get sent across for you over the weekend, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form, Pat. I hope that's all correct. If you can just confirm for me. Yep, perfect. Not a problem. Well, I hope you're happy, Pat, my lovely. That's safe up there for you. Thank you again for the donations with your shells. And I, of course, hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. I'm just going to quickly pop you guys on the donated shell screen. Excuse me. Just so I can grab a bottle and a pearl pot to show you. Pearl pot. Pearl pot. Now I can't remember where I popped them. Oh no, where would I moved everything around. Oh, I think I just put my hair in my wax melt. Oh gosh. Gotta be in here then. Okay, so what I can do is I can show you a bottle, and without digging, I can't seem to locate the pearl pot right now. I do apologise. I'll pop the link in though so you can see. Okay, oh, let's go down so I can show you this bottle. So bottle, it normally has our sticker on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, probably take that one away. So 28, no, 27, 26, 25. So 25 of these, which were all random sizes for the lid to still go on, and there's still room in there when they move around. So again, it just depends on the size of the pearls. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm sorry I can't locate the pot now, but I'll just grab the link and then we'll carry on. Okay, so it's under extras and then merchandise. No, it's not. Would it be in Oysters? Oh, the pearl pot's not even on the website right now. I do apologise. Well, the bottles are on the website. I feel like I'm having a mare all of a sudden. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. I hope that helped at all. But like I said, if you do have anything at home, that helps as well, like the candle and everything. It just depends on what sort of look you're looking for. If you did want a bottle, if you could purchase it on the website, and then just click that it's an add-on order, so you don't have to pay postage again, and then it can be added to your order, if that makes sense. Oh, is it under extras? Thank you, Amy. I can't seem to locate it. No, I can't see it for some reason. Oh, that's a storage box. So that's the next size up, Amy. So that one is not clear, but that's the next size up to the pearl pot. So that one's quite chunky. It's like quite a good size, that one. Excuse me. Right, up next today is Samantha Bodell. Samantha, are you here? Samantha, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so Samantha, you have got 3 oyster walls. So the numbers which are still left at the moment are 1, 2, 4, 5 and 7. So 3 and 6 have gone. So 3 choices left, 1, 2, 4, 5 and 7. Which numbers would you like? 1. Oh, let's not let that one fall just because that will fall down. So number 1, number 4 was number 4, and number 7 on the end here. Again, my chair creaks when I turn around. I do apologise. So if we go down, it was 1, 4 and 7. So we'll open them in that order as well. So 1, 4 and 7. Samantha, are there certain colours you're hoping for? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? So if we open up number 1 first. There's one side. And the other side. Ooh, and in here you are twinning. Okay, so surprise colours and donate the shells. Okay, my lovely. Well, first oyster, and you're twinning with quite nice sized, I think these are Lavenders. 2-tonal lavender pearls here, and they are slightly different sizes as well. So this one is the visually smaller of the 2. Sun does not like me today. Okay, so visually smaller of the 2, just slightly lighter and darker. And then this one is visually larger, and you can definitely see, look, he's got like 3 tonal bits of purple, light and dark, almost like pinky purple spots there as well. So twinning Lavenders, both of which are 2 tonal. And then pearl oyster number 4. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are quadding. There's no more in that one. Okay, so quadding, let me dry them up for you. And you have got a lemon yellow, a icy blue, a grape purple, and a coral. Sorry, just saw I needed to clean that blue off slightly more there. Okay, so lemon yellow, icy blue, grape purple, and a coral. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is number 7. Okay, Okay, so there's one side and the other side. Oh, and two runaways there. Almost looks like a black and a white there. But also you are quadding for a second time, Samantha. There's no more in that one. So 2 sets of quads and a twinning oyster from the wall. So 3 oysters, 10 pearls altogether. Love it. So you have got here a apple green, a watermelon, a coral, white, sorry, with that coral spot. Very, very faint. So hopefully you can see snow white, and down at the bottom there, slight coral spot. And then the last pearl is the black on the end. So from the top, you've got twinning lavenders, both of which are two-tonal, visually different sizes. And then lemon yellow, icy blue, grape purple and coral. And then a apple green, a watermelon, two-tonal snow white with the coral, and a black. Samantha, what do you think to these? Again, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Visually smaller lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Visually larger lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Watermelon's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The whites with the coral overtones, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the black is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Okay, what do you think, Samantha? Are you happy to keep all of those? Oh, Carol, bless you. Hello, my lovely. I can add you back into the end of the order list. Very happy. Perfect. If I bring you back up here. I'm glad you like those, and let me just pop them in here for you. Okay, Samantha, thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And I've just popped that safe up there for you.
Tea?
Yes, please. Thank you for my tea.
You're welcome.
If you check this,
okay.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just a little domestic.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Thank you for the tea. Sorry, I text Aaron and said, I said, please could I have a tea? And then half an hour later I texted and said, it's been half an hour, could I please have a tea? Oh, bless him. Right, okay, so up next then today is Cindy Brown. Cindy, are you here? I have been updating the order list as we go and on the page as well. So let me just pop this bit on the page as well, and then I'll pop it in the comments. I can't remember where the original order list started and where it stopped. So if I just post it from Cindy, from where we are now. Cindy, hello. First of all, Cindy, happy birthday. Secondly, the 9 club badges should be here but with me by Monday. So I want... Excuse... There we go. Excuse me. Once they're here, I will definitely send you your 9 club badge out. So, for today, you have got 2 openings altogether. Mystery and donate the shells. Oh, bless you, Amy. He means the world to me. He truly does. Cindy, is there certain colours you're hoping for today? So 2 mystery oysters, and you'd like to donate your shells. So let's go down. So mystery oyster number 1. Oh, gorgeous crunchy pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see here we've got twinning darker pearls there. There's 1 and 2. And let me just have a squidge in here. Wait and see. Okay, so we're waiting to see what colours come out. So there's no more in your first oyster. And these look like twinning silvery, dark silver twins here. They are twinning dark silver pearls. Now, they do have a slight green overtone to them, but definitely dark silver, as you can see there. And then moving on to oyster number 2. So this one is, oh, again, nice pop there, a mystery oyster. And in here, there's a little bit of flesh there, but we can see there's no pearls on that side. And I can see a darker pearl towards the top there. And let me just have a squidge. There's no more in that one. Okay, so you've got a dark chocolate. So 3 darker pearls altogether, twinning silvers and a darker chocolate. What do you think to these, Cindy? Now, as you know, if you're happy, we can keep them. I'll just need to know which one you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Silver number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Silver number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. Bless you, Linda. Well, thank you for joining us today, my lovely. Have a good sleep and a good weekend. What do you think, Cindy? If you're happy with these, I'll need to know which one you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, that's absolutely fine. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like to swap out, swap in, and then again, which one you'd like on the jewellery. Swap the dark chocolate for a bright red for the jewellery. And put the other 2 on jump rings. Not a problem. Oh, possibly say this one. Let me hold this up for you. What do you think to this red here, my lovely? Would you be happy with that shade? And I'm just going to bring you back up so I can write this down. So the chocolate swapped out. So we would like to have the red on there, and you'd like to be invoiced for the silver. Both silvers on jump rings. Okay, so I've got that down for you. Just confirm if that shade of red is okay. Yep, that's fine. Perfect. Perfect. Let me pop these in here. And Cindy, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. Again, I truly hope you've had a brilliant day. Regarding your opening, thank you ever so much for the let me start again. Thank you very much for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Excuse me. Let me see if the tea's... I've got a frog in my throat. I'm just going to see if I can have a drink. Okay, see if that helps at all. Dearie me. Okay, right. Up next today is Charlotte Folks. Charlotte, are you here? Charlotte Folks, or Forks, Folks. If I'm mispronouncing that, Charlotte, I do apologise. Charlotte, are you here? Oh, Charlotte, hello. Natural Oysters, donate the shells, and you're hoping for whites. Fingers crossed. You've got 2 openings altogether, so let's fingers crossed. This does say the natural bag, so fingers crossed. It is natural colours this time. So, number 1. By the way, I'm looking at these so closely. Oh, no, so that one's going to have to go in the possible stinker basket that I've got out for this evening. And this one. So I'm just looking at them so closely because the batch of oysters from before, there was quite a few stinkers, and we're still working our way through some of that batch. So yeah, I am going to be inspecting oysters for a little while. Right, let's go down. So we're donating the shells, and fingers crossed for some white pearls. Foul like cow. Falks. Oh, I like it. Okay, I was completely wrong, Charlotte. I apologise. Falks. Okay, I will try to remember. I'm terrible with names, but I will try my best, my lovely. So, first oyster, normal oyster, in here. There's one side. And the other side. And in your oyster number 1, it is a natural coloured oyster. You've got a deep rose gold. There's no more in that one. Oh, I know, Jacqueline, but I'm just waiting for it not to be as, I don't know, if I'm waiting for me to grow a pair. Possibly. Oh, but Charlotte, first pearl is a gorgeous deep rose gold. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, and you've got a Snow White, and there's no more in that one. Okay, so both were natural coloured pearls. So the oysters in the correct bag there, perfect. However, you do have two different shades here. Now, of course, we can keep it like this if you're happy to, Charlotte. Or if you'd like to swap one to match the other, that's absolutely fine. Or of course, if you'd like to change the colour completely, that's fine as well. So you just let me know what you'd like to do. Then of course, which one's on the jewellery. If I run them through the board, your rose gold, it's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the Snow White is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. What do you think to those? Would I be able to match the Snow White for the earrings? I would definitely. I do think I'll be able to, yes. I'm sorry, I seem not to be able to pronounce my words properly today, so I do apologise. Right, let's have a little look. Now, I definitely will be able to match it, so I'm just looking for the correct sort of shade and size here. Just off that one. I think that one's, yeah, that's a bridal white, not a Snow White. It may be that I might have to match this in the daylight, just because obviously, with the lighter colours, sometimes it's easier to see them when I don't have my light and in the daylight instead. As you can see, I'm definitely going to be able to match it. It's just a matter of going through the pearls to find the correct one. So would you mind if I matched it off the live, or I can do it now. Just might take me a minute, that's all. Just going to pop and go through it slowly. They're in together, Ellie. So I know it says bridal white here, but they're in together. And I actually have some creams in here as well, because I have more detailed colours not next to me. But for the live, I can't fit every different coloured jar next to me. So I sort of put the same sort of colour sections together. Is it okay if I do it off the live just in the daylight? Just because, like that one, I would say that one's pretty. Let me hold that one up, so let me have a close look. Look at that. Okay, so your one is the one on this side. Are you happy with that one there? Just take that rose gold away. I'll leave them in the sand as they are, just in case you're not happy. And if not, again, I can look through again. It's up to you, but let me write down. So we are going to have white on here. Are you happy with that match? I'm just going to pop your one in the bag. It's almost like I get really eager to put the pearls in the bag. Happy with that one as well. Perfect. Let me pop the other one in there. Charlotte, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. I've just popped that all on there for you. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells. And as well, again, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, again, I'll just pop the order list in the comments. The order list is updated on the page. And let me just refresh this here. Nope, okay, so the order list is still open if anybody would like to order for today. There is 5 people on the order list currently, so let me pop this on there. So up next is Jessica Kaoka. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So Jessica Kaoka, are you here? I'm just going to pop you guys on this screen because I just need to reach, that was the chair, reach down to grab this bag of oysters, which is underneath here. Okay, if I bring you back again. Charlotte, you're very, very welcome. Jessica, oh, I've just seen you. When did this order? So we're different time zones because obviously I'm in the UK. So items can take up to 14 working days, obviously, as it's a personalised item of jewellery. As obviously orders which don't have jewellery normally get processed obviously quicker because we don't have that to do, but you will get the dispatched email once it has been shipped, and then within that dispatched email will be your tracking number where you'll obviously be able to track the order as it travels across. So would you prefer me to call you Jessie, or is Jessica okay? You do have a 25 pearl oyster. So this is the 25 pearl oyster bag. Would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Okay, so we've gone for this one here. First order, ooh, with me. Oh, I hope you're happy. There is a postal, that is very true actually, Maria. I got the postal strike. In fact, I can just say now because I've got it up in my emails already. There is a postal strike on Friday the 26th, Wednesday the 31st, Thursday the 8th, and Friday the 9th. So I probably won't post the day before either of those dates as well, just because in the past with postal strikes, I found that if I posted the day before, it took then longer for when I posted the day after. So I might even put that on the page, but those dates I probably won't post for those sort of sets of 2. But today's orders hopefully wouldn't be with that. But yeah, there is going to be a postal strike in the UK on 4 different dates. Now, Jessica, you would like to keep the shells. Okay, so let me get this open for you. Now, I saw earlier that you liked the gold coloured pearl, but is there any colours that you are hoping for? So if we go down, this is your 25 pearl oyster. To see the size difference, I'll just grab one of the ones I opened earlier. So you can definitely see that's the size difference there. So 25 pearl oyster. Oh, beautiful sharp pop there. now in here. Okay, so I can see a few pearls in and around the flesh there. And we've got a runaway. Oh, 2 runaways. Okay, so there's the mother of pearl. Now I'm going to pop these to the side, but I will be cleaning them up in a moment. So 2 pearl runaways there. And then if we hold this up, we can see not many on this side, but we can see lots of pearls in and around that flesh there. So if I have a squidge and just start easing these out here. A mix of colours. Okay. Oh, down here. Oh, they came out quite easily actually. I'm just having a squidge around. I think that may be all of them. So what I'm going to do is, before I clean that up, I'm going to count how many pearls we've got here for you. And then we're going to go through all of them, okay? So you get to see them closer, of course. So 3 is down there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Perfect. So I'm just going to take the flesh off here for you. Now what I normally do, my lovely, is I pop all the pearls in the jewellery and we go through the colours as well at the same time as I pop them in the jewellery. Okay, now I normally measure the largest and the smallest pearl from a 25 pearl oyster. However, if you would like me to measure all your pearls, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know now and then I'll do it as we go through all the colours for you. Or if you're happy for me to measure the largest and the smallest, that's perfect as well. So it is up to you. Okay, so with these colours as well, any colours that you don't like, we can swap them out. So it's not a problem. Just at the end, we can go through, or you can take a screenshot and email me colour swaps if you prefer to. So I'm just going to dry these up. Did I say jewellery? Sorry, I meant sand. Largest and smallest is fine, perfect. Okay, so, and we also put the darkest ones towards the top and lightest ones towards the bottom. Okay, so let's go through. Now hopefully we can get this focused nicely at the start. Okay, so to start with, darker ones at the top first. You've got a darker chocolate and gunmetal grey. So can you see that line there? That is a gorgeous two-tonal pearl. So you've got half chocolate and then like a darker gunmetal grey two-tonal pearl to start with. And then we have got a chocolate, almost like a dark latte colour. A olive green, so a darker olive green. Dark gunmetal grey with a purple overtone, so hopefully you can see that purple coming through there. And then we've got, a silver, but can you see he's got like this bluey green to him? So base silver, but definitely got a gorgeous, almost like a steel blue kind of colour with that one, with that bluey green. So gorgeous first top row there. Then you've got a silver grape purple. So it's a base silver with that grape overtone. And then next to a plain silver. So if I pop these together, you can see the grape purple and then you can see the silver. So you can see the difference between the two. Now this one is a mottled purple, so dark purple with that mottled overtone over the top. So it almost gives it like that marbled look. You then have got a chocolate bronze. And then a slightly more bronzier, I know that's not a word, but a slightly different tone chocolate bronze. So between the two, You can see one is more chocolatey, one's more slightly bronzy, more bronzer, has more bronze tone. There we go. Okay, so that's all your darker pearls. Moving on to the lighter pearls, we're going to start with this gorgeous Smurf blue. Now, I know you said you've got a lot of blues, so at the end, like I say, if you're not happy with any of your colours, we can swap them out. So Smurf blue, and then you've got a silver sea green. He is absolutely gorgeous. So light silver overtone, with base light silver with that light sea green overtone. And then you've got the icy blue. Oh, bless you, Mandy. Well, thank you ever so much for joining tonight. You then move on to a light rose gold, candy floss pink, lemon yellow, and then pastel yellow. So there is the difference between the two. Lemon yellow is the slightly brighter of the two. Okay, we'll go into a lighter rose gold. So this one's slightly brighter. So the two rose golds, you've got the two different shades. You've got the deeper one and then the lighter one. And then this one here, again, is third rose gold, but slightly brighter. Going into a bright coral, a slightly lighter coral, a two-tonal rose gold and cream. So it's rose gold on, oh sorry, it's gone out of focus, let me go, there we go. Rose gold and then cream, so you can see it goes lighter and brighter around the pearl there. You've got a pastel lilac purple, so that gorgeous lighter purple tone to him, if we can see that. Then you've got a baby pink, and then this one here is just slightly brighter pink, so two pinks next to each other down the bottom there, but slightly brighter to each other. Okay, what do you think to all of these, Jessie? If you're happy, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you. And if you'd like some time to think about it, you can take a screenshot. I'll hold it still for you. And then you can email me with which colours you'd like to keep or swap out. Completely up to you. Now I'm just going to have a look to see for your largest and smallest. So if we start with the smallest visually first, possibly the silver here. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He is a 6.5. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the yellow cream is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's not a, not a 6.5. He is a 7. So I'm going to say your smallest is that darker silver, being a 6.5. And then largest pearl. Okay, so the Smurf blues, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, so he's an 8. Candy Floss Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the brighter chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Okay, so your smallest is a 6.5 and your largest is an 8. What do you think to all of these, my lovely? So I'm just trying to make the lines slightly more in line for you. There we go. Oh, okay, so I'm just going to pop this down so I can do this. So the last two pinks for dark red, swap the darkest pearl for the darkest pearl. I'd possibly say it's that one. For the cream white, and swap the darker bronze for a gold. I would say the darker bronze is that one, but again, if I'm not right, if you mean the other one, let me know. So a gold, let's go for that gold there. Now I can go lighter with the gold, so if you prefer to have a sort of softer, lighter shade, let me know. And the Smurf blue for a bright coral. Okay, so I'm going to pop all the added in colours along this side, and then that way you can let me know if they're the correct shades or not. So 2 reds, darker reds. So I've got burgundy reds here, so if I grab these 2, they're not the exact shade to each other. Now if you prefer to have matching shades, again let me know. So red, creamy white, gold and coral. Creamy white is that one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swapped out, and I've added in the 5 added in there. Okay, so swapped out of these 5 down here. So if that's not correct, let me know, especially with the bronze there. And the 5 I've added in are these 5. So 2 burgundy reds, a bright coral, a gold and a creamy white. Now again, if they're not the correct shades that I've added in, please let me know. And if they are, then that's perfect. That's perfect. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to take away the swaps here. Okay. So those pearls are all yours. Let me just bring you back up, and I'm going to start wrapping up your shells here. Okay. There we go. There's the shells, and let's pop your pearls in here. Oh, can you swap one more? Of course I can. I have not touched them. Which one would you like to swap, and for what colour, my lovely? Oh, if I fit them all in, there we go. Sorry, I'm just having a sip of my tea. Okay, so that, oh no, that ones were swapped in. So these are the ones, there we go. The gum pink for a forest green. Okay, now with the forest green, where are we for the greens? Let's have a little look. Okay, so I've got these greens, which are, they're very dark. Just trying to see if I can find a brighter one. So it is very dark, but I'm also going to grab a seaweed green, just because with the seaweed green, that might be more of a green you're looking for. So yeah, let me show you. I'm just going to move the white up here so there's more room for the greens. So the darker of the two is the forest green, and the slightly lighter of the two is the seaweed green. So are these the sort of colours you're looking for? If so, which one would you want? Oh, sorry. Which one would you like? So forest green or seaweed green? Match the size. So it was an 8, wasn't it? With this brighter colour, which one's larger? So with the brighter colour, that's the largest I can go. with the darker colour. Possibly that one. The forest green one. Perfect. Okay, so in that case, it's a 7.5. So the pink was an 8. That's the largest one I have, which is a 7.5. So it's just the size below. So if that one's okay, is that shade okay as well? If you did want to match the size, I can pop you on a waiting list for one to become available. It's just I don't have one, because visually that's the largest I've got at the moment. That's perfect. Okay, so to confirm, are you happy with the rest of the pearls there? So I'll just go across quickly, and then those ones there are the ones we've added in. No, it's not. No, don't be sorry. It's absolutely fine. It's why I allow colour swaps. It's so you guys can have the colours that you want. And I always say if it's not the correct shade, let me know and I'll just try and grab one as best I can. Obviously, I can't always match the colours that you guys are wanting, but I do try my best. So yeah, it's not a problem at all. Yes, we're happy with all of these. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to start popping these in here for you, Jessica. There we go. Okay, so I've wrapped up your shells already, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And like I said before, you'll get a dispatched email to the email address that's on the order form once it's been dispatched, and then within that email you can find your tracking number. Okay, so yeah, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's up there for you with the shells as well. Okay, so that means up next today is Amy Hallin. Amy, are you here? Now I remember seeing you earlier, Amy, so hopefully you're still here. Already told. Oh, bless you, Jessie. Well, again, I'm very happy. You're very, very welcome. And Amy, hello, my lovely. Amy, you've got one opening altogether. Mystery Oyster and donate the shell for you. Amy, is there a certain colour? Hey, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So, Mystery Oyster. And let's go down. Oh, where's the mouse gone? Sorry. There we go. So, Mystery Oyster. Oh, deep pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. Slight crack in that shell there, but we can definitely see there's no pearls there at all. And I can see a large peeper right in the centre there. You have got a two-tonal gold pearl there, and there's no more in that one, Amy. Okay, what do you think here? You've got a two-tonal gold, and like I said, he's quite a nice larger size. If we go around the pearl for you to see, lighter and brighter area as you go around the pearl there. So if I run him through the board for you, he is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. Now, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. I can pop him on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, we can of course swap him for you, Amy. So it is again completely up to you what you would like to do. Put that one on the jewellery. Perfect. He is yours, Amy. So we'll just write that down. So again, I have the gold on there. And then let me pop this in here for you. Perfect. Amy, thank you for the donations with your shells. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, and up next then today is Tracy Crush. Tracy, are you still here? Start your sand and pearls in the bottle, also put in clamshell. Oh, I love that. Add one from you. Jessie, I love that. If you don't mind sharing, we have a Pearls of Brecon group, which is linked to the page. Pop your photos in there when you're done. I love watching and seeing all the creative things that everyone does with them all. So yeah, if you don't mind, feel free to share photos in that group. Tracy, you're still here. Hello, hello, hello. So Tracy, let me have a look. You have got 2 openings and 2 4-pearl oysters. Just grabbing the 4-pearl bag for you. Oh, I dropped one of the bags. I do apologise. Okay, so 2 4-pearl oysters, which I'll grab out here, and then 2 other oysters. What other oysters would you like? So there's number 1. Again, I inspect everything at the moment, so that one's a potential dodgy one. I don't know how brave I'm feeling today. Let's just go with the first one I pulled. Oh! Wish me luck. Mystery. Okay, let's open that. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay so far. Okay, and 2 mystery. So Tracy, is there certain colours you're hoping for? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? So just opening these up for you. I opened it and it's fine, I'm just being extra cautious today. Oh gosh, right, so we'll start with your mystery oysters here, Tracy. So mystery oyster number 1. Oh, double pop there. Oh, I love the sound of that, Jessie. Oh, okay, so Tracy, oyster number 1, there's your mother of pearl. You've got a brighter, oh, it just pops back there. You've got a bright coral peeper. And then let me have a squidge in here. Waiting to see, there's no more in that one. Can you keep one and donate the others? Of course you can. We'll keep the next one for you. So first pearl out is a brighter coral. I'm actually going to move him over just because we do have your quadding oysters coming up. Moving on to mystery oyster number 2. So this is the shell that we'll keep for you. And again, gorgeous deep double pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see on the side here, you are twinning. And twinning with gold pearls here. It's turning out to be quite a gold night tonight, isn't it? So are they 2-tonal? slightly two-tonal as well. So I will go round the colour of the pearl so you can see the shades there in just a moment. I'll just clean these up for you. Okay, so twinning two-tonal golds. If I go round each of the pearls for you. So twin number 1. Just slightly lighter and darker. And twin number 2. Slightly lighter and darker. Perfect. And then moving on to your 2 quadding oysters. So quadding oyster number 1. There's one side. Oh, loud crunch there. And the other side. So first oyster, you are quadding 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I'm still going to have a squidge. Okay, no more in that one. We have had 8 pearls out of a quadding oyster before, and I think we've had 5 pearls out of them as well. So sometimes we do have multiple pearls in the multiple pearl oysters. Just see what comes out, which is why I do give them all a good squidge. So the colours here from your first quad is a candy floss pink, a light pastel apple green, a pastel lemon yellow, and then a two-tonal silvery Pepsi blue. So you can see base Pepsi blue, but he's got this like silvery overtone there. So candy floss pink, apple green, lemon yellow, and two-tonal blue as well. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is your quadding oyster. So in here, there's one side and the other side, and quadding. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, there's no more in that one. Perfect. So Tracy, let's have a look here. We have got another pastel apple green, a beautiful bright watermelon, a bridal white, and a two-tonal dark silver. So if I just go round the two-tonal silver for you to see, he has got lighter and darker areas there. So dark and light. Okay, so all together you have got a bright coral and then twinning two-tonal golds. And then your quadding oysters, you've got a candy floss pink, pastel apple green, pastel yellow, and a two-tonal blue. Then watermelon, pastel apple green, bridal white, and a two-tonal silver. What do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these, Tracy, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you. If I run them through the board, your coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Two-tonal gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And his twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So I'm measuring the same size there. Candy floss pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Apple green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Pastel yellow's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the two-tonal blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Pastel green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the two-tonal silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's not a 6.5, he's a 7. I went too fast then, I didn't catch which one it was. Okay. Tracy, what do you think? What would you like to do? I'm just going to pop these 3 under here actually, just because then I can bring this closer. There we go, so you can see. Love them. Can we have the... Oh, I'm just going to bring this up so I can write this down as I read it. Can we have the dark silver on the swan? Yes, of course. Pepsi blue on the anklet. Would you be able to swap one of the greens for a darker green? Of course we can. Let's go down. Like a sea green. How about this shade here? Would that green be okay? Oh, so the one I swapped out once came running back in then. There we go. I knew what you meant. It's not a problem. That's perfect. Okay, so let me have a little look. I've got down... Okay, so Pepsi blue for the anklet, and then dark silver for the swan. And then all the other pearls are yours as well. So let me just pop these in here for you. Okay, Tracy. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I'm just wrapping up the shell that we've kept for you. So that's the shell that gave us the twinning golds, wasn't it? Of course, that's not a problem, my lovely. If you click that it's a add-on order, you won't have to pay postage again, and then I'll just add it onto this order so it can all be sent together. Okay, but yeah, that's not a problem at all. Okay, so I've wrapped up this shell as well for you. So Tracy, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Okay, up next today is Stella Taylor. Stella, are you here? And Tracy, no, you're very, very welcome. Oh, tea time. Thank you very much, Bab. Thank you.
Okay.
Stella Taylor. Now, Stella, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anybody can see Stella, please comment on her comments because that will bring it forward so I can see. I don't think I've tried a Horlicks before, Maria. Stella, hello. And yep, I've just seen the loyalty cards. I've just emailed back to say that I've added them on here, so that's not a problem at all. So Stella, that means you have got 4 oyster openings altogether. So what 4 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Let me just mark that you are also here. Perfect. So 4 oysters altogether. What 4 would you like? Mystery and donate. Perfect. So 4 mystery oysters. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1, 2, 3 and 4, if I get this open. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Oh, can't get that one out of the packet. Okay. So if we go down, Stella, so donate the shells, and then like I say, is there certain colours you're hoping for? Mystery oyster number 1. Double lighter popped there. And straight away in here, there's your mother of pearl. I can see a gorgeous, bright peeper. Look at him and the size of him as well. Pop him out there. You're looking for a sunset pearl, a peacock green or bluey colour, and then we'll see what comes out. Okay, so fingers crossed for a sunset and a peacock bluey green. Your first colour, however, is a gorgeous, larger, deep TARDIS blue. And you love the pink from earlier. Ah, that one's actually in the swap pot, so that one is available. Moving on to oyster number 2. And you've got a double pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And at the top here, I can see that you are twinning, if I pop those out, twinning darker pearls there, just having a squidge, and there's no more in that one. So if we dry these ones off as well, now these look like darker silvery chocolates. So base chocolate, and then both of them have got that silver overtone to them. And then moving on to your third oyster, light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And I can see you are twinning for a second time, Stella Marie. And you're twinning with slightly pinkle twins. There's no more in that one. So these are like a, they are like a darker candy floss pink, but they've got that slight pinkly tone to them, just slightly. I wouldn't say they're a true pinkle, just because they are quite a nice dark, deep shade. And you can see one is more purple in tone than the other there. So just slightly different shades to each other. So brighter pinkly twins. And then your last oyster, which again is your mystery oyster. And you've got quite a nice sharp double pop with that one. Ooh. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see a darker pearl there. Let me pop him out. And he looks like he's a dark chocolate. and there's no more in that one. Okay, so if we pop this one in the sand as well, and we'll go through all of them for you. So 2 sets of twins and 2 single pearls. So with the single pearls, you've got that TARDIS blue and the chocolate. And then with your twinning pearls, you've got twinning silver chocolates and twinning dark pinkly pearls. 1 more purple, 1 more pink. Love the pinks. Perfect. Well, if you're not happy with any of them, as you know, we can swap them for you. If I run them through the board to see their sizes, I'll start with the single pearls first. So the blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Silver chocolate number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Silver chocolate number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they're measuring the same size there. And then the slightly more purple pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the slightly more pinky pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's also a 7.5. So they're measuring the same size there. Stella, what do you think, my lovely? What would you like to do? Oh, bless you, Irene. Well, thank you for joining us this evening, my lovely. Have a good night. Swap the chocolate for the gum pink from earlier. We can indeed. And the silvers for a sunset and a peacock green or sea green for the peacock cage. The sunset pearl, there is going to be a weight on, or a peacock green. I'll have a look at the 2 tonal greens for you. But yeah, the sunset pearl, unless I've got like a... No, there is definitely going to be a weight on the sunset. So if you don't mind waiting, I can pop you down for a sunset pearl. If you prefer not to wait, is there a different colour you would like? I think you'll like this one. So this is a dark 2-tonal sea green, but he's also got like this purpley blue spot on him, and for a peacock that is perfect. Let me see if I can get it to show you. So it's a sea green which is silvery, and then on this side here, can you see that? It's like a purpley blue spot, and then it goes back to the sea green. There, it's a darker spot, or if that's too dark a green, do let me know. Orangey yellow, orangey yellow. And let me just have a look at my 2-tonal autumn peaches, because they are they're all just 2-tonal autumn peach. Oh, hang on, what about a 2-tonal coral? That's more... You're happy with that green? Perfect. I'm just trying to... I wonder why I don't have 2-tonal corals here. Let's have a quick... What am I looking for? That one. I mean, this is, I mean, that's a really bright coral. I think other than that, I think orangey yellow was going to have to be like an autumn peach. I just don't have any. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's an orangey yellow. Okay, so let me show you what I've, let's move this out of the way. Okay, sorry. So I've grabbed here, this one is just a bright deep coral because that is quite sunsetty colours when it's really, really bright in the sky. Or this one, which is a base yellow. Oh, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it has like this orangey tone to him, just slightly. Can you see that? It is like a sunset, but it's a very, very subtle. Oh, look, there you go. Can you see? So it is like an orangey yellow, but it's quite a lighter one. If not, you can wait, that's not a problem. Just confirm both of those not okay. And then I can pop you down for a wait. The lighter one, okay, perfect. So that is yours then. So if I take that away. So let me bring you back up. Okay, I've got all of that down then. So I don't need to write down which ones you'd like where. So I hope you're happy with that, Stella. Let me pop that on there for you as well. And of course, I hope you'll be happy with everything. I'm glad we've got the colour you're looking for there. It does definitely have that sort of orangey tone to him. Quite subtle, but it is there. And yeah, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, my lovely. And that's up there for you. Oh, I thought it was going to rain then. You're very, very welcome. And up next is Carol Grant. Carol, are you here? Carol Grant, are you here? Perfect. Carol, hello, hello, hello. So you've got 6 openings altogether. Mystery oysters, donate the shells, and we're going to wait to see what comes out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to open these one at a time if that's okay with you, my lovely, just so then they can all sort of fit. So let me just move these to the side. So donating the shells, I'm going to wait to see what colours come out. Perfect. So oyster number 1, mystery oyster here. Ooh, softer, lighter pop. And in your first oyster, there is your mother of pearl. In here, starting off with a gorgeous deep TARDIS blue. And he's a two-tonal blue there. Let me just have a squidge in here. Okay, so no more in that one. So two-tonal TARDIS blue. If I hold him up so you can see, just slight lighter and darker areas as we go around the pearl. You can see they're just slight colour changes, but definitely is there. Moving on to oyster number 2. Again, is your mystery oyster here, and quite a nice, sharp but deep pop. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And it is a gold. It's a gold and blue night-to-night. There's no more in that one. Again, the gold is slightly two-tonal here. So it just means that we've got lighter and brighter areas again. So you can see lighter there. Look at that transition. Bright there, light there. Moving on to your next oyster. And we've got a double pop with that one. And there's your mother of pearl. Okay, and quite a nice dark peeper towards the side. And let me just have a squidge. There's no more in that one. Okay, so he is a darker gunmetal grey. He's almost black there, but you can definitely see that grey tone to him. So all very similar sizes, and they're all quite nice, larger sized pearls here so far as well. So I'm just getting him focused for you, Carol. Oh, runaway dark one. Let's pop it back up here. Is it because they're not in the middle, possibly? There we go. Da, da, da. Okay, so 3 oysters to go. Moving on to your next oyster. Double pop there. Oh, and oh, can you see that there? You are twinning. Now there is a little bit of flesh on that side, but we can see that there's no pearls there. And twinning with icy blue twins. They are different shades to each other. You've definitely got a brighter and a lighter twin here. So let me just dry these up for you. So twinning, brighter and lighter icy blue twins. And then your next oyster. Double pop there. No way! There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning for a second time, and you're twinning with icy blue twins again. Now this time they do look like they are the same shade, but actually visually they look like they're different sizes. So again, slightly different twins here, Carol. So I'm going to pop them underneath the first ones. Definitely size difference, you can see there. They do look like they're that gorgeous lighter shade. And then moving on to your last oyster, and then we'll go through all of the colours again for you, okay? So last mystery oyster, and you've got a nice deep pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning. twinning for a third time. So you've had 3 single pearls and 3 twinning, so 3 single oysters and 3 twinning oysters. So twinning with gorgeous, brighter coral twins as well. Okay, so if I pop those in the centre there, I'll hold all of these up so you can have a closer look. Single pearls first, you've got that TARDIS blue, gold and then gunmetal grey. And then twins, you've got 2 sets of icy blue twins and then a set of coral twins as well. I will need to know which colours you'd like where, Carol. Of course, we can allow swaps, so if you are not happy with any of the colours, we can swap them for you. And if you'd like some time to think about it, if you just take a screenshot of these pearls here and you can email me with your colour choices of which ones you would like where. If I run these through the board for you, your blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Now the first set of blue twins, the brighter of the two, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the lighter of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. So they're measuring the same size there. Now the second set of blue twins, this is visually the larger of the two. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And then the visually smaller of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they are measuring different sizes. And then the coral twins, coral number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And coral number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5. Oh, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. So they're measuring the same size. Carol, what do you think? Just going to pop it down for just a second. There we go. Swap the corals for Smurf blue and burgundy red. Now I know we had a swap out of a Smurf blue earlier. However, I can't give that one to you just yet because I'd need to double check the swaps to see if anybody's waiting for one, because I know that that is a colour that is requested quite a lot. So I can definitely add in the red for you, but with the blue, there may be a wait on the blue, because if there is somebody ahead of you, my lovely, there would be a wait. So if you don't mind the wait, I can definitely pop you on the waiting list. If you prefer not to wait, I can let you know if that blue is available or not through email, and if it's not, possibly pick a different colour, or if it is, then of course that can be yours. So it's up to you. But if you don't mind the wait, but there might not be a wait, if that makes sense. So I won't know until I have a look through when I process the orders. And is that red okay there for you? I've added in one of the corals again, just so when I write it down that you'd like to swap it. Obviously I've got the pearl to swap out. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm just taking the coral away for the red. Swap gold for yellow for the giraffe and bigger icy so you'd like to swap the gold for the yellow. I'm just going to bring you back up so I can write this down. So you're going to have the yellow on the giraffe. You'd like to have the larger icy blue on the sleepy. And the red on the wings. If that's not correct though, please let me know. Is it the red on the wings one, my lovely? So here's the pink here. Okay, Ellie, hello. So, just going to wait for that to come. You'd like to have the rest on hoop fitting, so I can write that down. Blush pink on there. Okay, so I'm just going to go through all of this again, my lovely, just to confirm. Okay, so to confirm, you don't want to swap for the Smurf blue anymore. Yeah, so we swapped the other pink, the other coral for the pink. So we're not waiting for the Smurf blue. We've got the yellow on the giraffe, the blush pink on the wings, and the large icy blue on the sleepy. And then you'd like to be invoiced for the other pearls on hoop fittings. Can you just confirm if that's correct for me? The invoice that'll also get sent across to, it'll get sent across over the weekend for you, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Oh, bless you, Tasha. Well, welcome back. No, Carol, it's absolutely fine, my lovely. You don't need to say thank you. I just wanted to confirm that that was all correct, if that's okay. So I've got the yellow on the giraffe, blush pink on the wings, large icy blue on the sleepy, and then the rest, the loose ones, to go on hoop fittings, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hoop fittings. I've got that song in my head now. Okay. That's fine. Perfect. Carol, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Perfect. So yeah, I hope you're happy with everything. Right, that is the end of the order list for today. So thank you all for, oh, where am I going? Come back. Thank you all for watching today. Aaron's fine, bless you, Tasha, thank you. And no, not yet, but he is still available for openings if people book him in. I hope you all have a brilliant weekend, and we're going to be back again on Sunday evening from 7:30 p.m. BST onwards. I hope, like I said, you have a brilliant weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Take care. Bye.